good morning. It is a balmy 40 degrees.
37 when I checked.
37. It's a little colder than we're used to. We are about to make the 60-mile trip from our home port in Ludington down to Spring Lake to Barrett Boat Works to put Andromeda away for the winter. And it's dark. It's like 7 in the morning. We're heading down to the boat, hoping to get the engines running and time it just right with sun up so we can get down in some calm seas. And
I can see your breath.
I can see my breath. And we need to go down to the boat and turn the heaters on right now. So that's what we're doing. How you doing?
Good.
Cold?
Yeah, it doesn't feel as bad, but yeah, the gloves are probably needed this morning for the lines. Fog in the bridge.
Well, the engines are warming up. Everything looks good. The pressures are good. RPMs are good. Voltage is good. But I just kind of did my visual check down in the engine room and it's foggy. Not bad. It's just a haze. And that's just at idle after just starting. So I think it's going to be a long trip. I'm going to have to monitor that engine room. Not much I can do if the exhaust starts rolling through the engine room real bad. We have to get it down to service, so we're just going to go slow. If I have to turn the starboard engine off, we'll do it. But that's where we're at. About to cast lines here. We're going to let the engines warm up for a while because it's cold, but we'll go from there. Thank you.
They're commenting how this temperature and the sunrise, everything kind of feels like when we left last year for the loop. Even driving here this morning early. Still have butterflies.
So far so good. We are just out of Ludington Harbor. We got the RPMs about 1100, which is getting us right around 10 knots. And our ETA is about 2 o'clock. So that's good because once we get there, they do want to take her on a sea trial and check out the leak and some of the battery issues before they haul it out. So we're hoping this feed works out for us. It sounds real nice. Everything seems to be running okay. Pressures are good, the voltage is good, and we're lucky we got an east wind today. And on this side of Lake Michigan, an east wind means pretty calm seas. So far that's our early morning report, and we're hoping it kind of holds out for us. We have about an hour and a half to get around Big Point Sable. It's one of the projections on the west coast of Michigan. So we get around that, it's kind of a benchmark. There's a cool lighthouse. And then we sort of head a little southeast down towards Grand Haven and Spring Lake. So we're hoping the seas keep up and there's not a cloud in the sky. And so far it's a beautiful morning. And even though we're heading to haul out, it feels good to be on board and cruising. So tomorrow, October 11th, will be exactly 1 year since we left on the loop. So it's a little bit bittersweet. We're having a lot of memories today about pulling out of here a year ago and saying goodbye to everybody and how that felt. And I don't know, at least for a couple hours this morning, it feels like we're taking off on the loop again.
It does. And also, it's our wedding anniversary, so even though we're putting the boat away, we have so much to look forward to. Right, sweetie?
That's right. All the big plans I made, you're going to be blown away.
Right. Can't wait.
Well, we have such nice sea state. Kathy's up here working on all the YouTube comments, trying to get caught up on some emails and some social media stuff. So it's awful pleasant when the lake is nice. We get to set up the computer and get a little work done.
And we have the best people that have joined us on this journey. All the comments are just, honestly, they blow us away every time because a lot of them are repeat people and you start to know them and recognize them, their names, and it's just heartwarming. So thank you.
And to all of the fans out there, who is not on board with us this
I
morning?
know we didn't bring Ollie. We decided to leave Ollie back, and we apologize. This is probably a good time. By the time you see this, you'll see the whole trip. But apologize for there was a little lag there of Ollie footage, and that's been brought to our attention. Thanks, Carrie. And now we've got other people, so we're hoping as we see the videos about Bill's gonna make some. Hopefully, we get better at filming Oliver because he was definitely a huge part of the trip.
Maybe we can do an interview with Ollie.
Right.
Get his input on
Post. Yeah, we were joking on some of our comments that we should have put a cam on him, an Ollie cam. So next time around, that's definitely something we could look into.
Been underway now for about an hour, so I'm going to head down into the engine room and see what kind of exhaust situation we have going. We're hopeful that going at a little bit lower RPMs and that with the bilge blowers running that maybe we're not fogging up the engine room, but we're about to find out. That's good news. There's not much blowing around in the engine room. Both air filters still look clean and new. So an hour in, we're calling that good. And we'll check it again in a little bit. So one of the reasons we're heading to Barrett's is, one of the many reasons, is our house battery system was installed by Barrett's and worked great until the end of our loop, and we couldn't get the inverter to work. We had some trouble on the charging side. I was able to get through that, and now we go to turn the inverter on and there's nothing. So our port tank runs the generator, so I had switched both tanks to the starboard side, and you can see we got that down to a half a tank. So I'm heading down there now to switch both engines over to the port tank to level out the tanks a little bit. You can see this one's between half and 3/4, and this tank here is at half. So I'm heading down, going to switch the valves over so that we draw our fuel from this tank and try and level them out. So our fuel valves are under the stairs. Starboard engine running on the starboard tank, and we've got the port engine running on the starboard tank. We're going to switch those over to make them both run off the port tank. Just that easy. Now the port tank is drawing for both engines, and hopefully it will balance out the generator feed a little bit. Well, we got just about 3 hours, just under 3 hours left. We are just approaching Montague, and again, the seas have cooperated with us today. It's been just really nice. The sun is out and getting some work done. I'm working remotely today. Kathy's been piloting, and Andromeda's doing all the work. She sounds great. The gauges are all still reading normal. I am gonna head down here in a few minutes and go check the engine room again, just to see if we have exhaust dust or cloud or how the filters are doing. But I think the ticket is just rolling here slow while we head down the coast, get the boat in the hands of the techs and let them sort it out. But so far, just a beautiful trip and beautiful scenery, and really soaking in every minute, trying not to think about tomorrow morning waking up without a boat to go down to all winter. So anyway, so far so good. We are just having a little lunch, and we are passing the Montague pier heads off our port side right now. So it's now a couple hours later. This is our port tank. You can see that it's at half tank. This is our starboard tank, and it's at half a tank. So switching the valves over helped level them out. And I'm going to watch it for another 45 minutes or so, and then I might go back and change the valves around. It's just on our boat with the generator running, I got to balance the tanks from time to time. We're about 2 hours from Spring Lake, and I'm going to go down and check the engine room once again. Not that there's much we can do, but I just want to see how things are looking with the exhaust. Well, the filters look pretty good, and that's the most important part of this run, is that the engines can breathe. However, I looked up on the ceiling, and I hope the camera can pick it up, but the ceiling is starting to get coated with soot again. So the exhaust continues to billow around in the engine room. It is not plugging up the filters as of right now, which is great, but yeah, these 2 hours are going to be a little long. I need to get this boat in the hands of the techs and start getting this sorted out.
We're just passing Muskegon's port. Nice calm waves. Beautiful day.
20 minutes or so from the Grand Haven Pierheads. That's the channel we'll take into Spring Lake. And we're about 40 minutes from the dock, so it takes about 20 minutes to navigate through the harbor. And I've been watching the Grand Haven Lighthouse for about 45 minutes or an hour, and I always forget all these years traveling on Lake Michigan, whether we were fishing or just having fun sunset cruises, how long it takes once you see the harbor. It just feels like forever. You think you finally see the lighthouse, and okay, we're almost there, and it just takes forever and ever to get up to it, especially when you're creeping along at slow speed. So it's about 20 minutes to the pierheads, and we're going to get tied up at Barrett Boat Works. We're going to call ahead. Yesterday when we talked to them, they said they might want to come right down and sea trial the boat while we're here, or if they're busy, we may tie up and leave it in their hands and go from there. So we'll see what happens here once we make it through the pierheads. Little snafu there on our to-do list. We forgot the paddle boards. We had them on our list, but everything happened so quick at the end. They were still on the holders on the outside starboard rail. And as we're looking at the map of the marina and the haul out, of course, and everything else, we had to get them off the side rail. We meant to deflate them and put them away for the season, which we'll do either later today or next time we come down to work on the boat. But we had to put the boat in neutral and run out on the bow and strap them down and get them off the side rail. So no problem. We're back on track and about to hit the pierhead soon.
actually have a lot of people watching. I know, right?
Help us figure out where you're
We'll hook you up.
yeah.
I mean, I think you got it.
Yeah, and then killing that.
We are tied up at Barrett Boat Works in Spring Lake. This is where it all started. It's where we bought Andromeda. It's where we came back and had our house battery system put in over a year ago. And we're back here. I just met with the tech. She's all emptied out, and we're gonna leave her. We're gonna leave her here at Barrett's in their hands. And the first thing they're gonna work on is the exhaust leak and the house battery issues. And from there, see what else needs to be done. There's quite a list. We've talked to them. We are going to come down probably once or twice a week this winter and do our stuff. We also have all summer next year to sort of work on things. So good communication. They're great people. Ben is who I talked to directly with that handles the work. Chuck is the manager. Dana inside. They're all great people, and we're glad that she's here with them. We certainly wish we were out sailing the big open blue waters, but this has to be done. So it's a little hard. We're stepping off of it. It's a little hard for us, so we have some things we need to take care of, including the boat, including some things at home and with our family and our businesses. So it is for the best, and it's the start of a new chapter.
Yes.
Here we
This
go.
is not the end. This is just the beginning.
It's just the beginning.
Yes.
Just wanted to take a minute to thank our new patrons. Thank you, Flip, and thank you, Motor Vessel Rain. We really appreciate your support. Please consider becoming a patron. Your support really does help us to continue to bring you these great videos.